Right. So do you see that following a linear line of release, or it turning into an exponential release?
Well, it's at the moment it seems to be linear. I mean, the growth each year they go. There's more methane released, and not only is it being released from the East Siberian Shelf, which is where they go, but this last year there's been Swedish and Norwegian expeditions to the Laptev Sea and the Kara Sea. That's the other Russian shelf areas, and they've been detecting big methane pulses. So it's partly there's a linear increase in the methane release from the East Siberian Sea, but also there's been detecting methane releases from other Arctic seas, which may have been going on all the time, but which nobody had measured because nobody had gone there in the summer.
And where else around the world? Because I've heard there's methane being released around New Zealand at the moment as well. Where else around the world are these methane clathrates to be found, Peter?
Well, they're pretty widespread around the in the world ocean, but mostly they're harmless in the sense that as they're released, the methane dissolves in the water before it reaches the surface. So it takes about 200 or 300 meters. If the water depth is more than 200 or 300 meters, right, the methane that's emitted dissolves, and so you're getting obviously a change in the water structure because of the dissolved methane, but it doesn't reach the surface. What's particularly damaging about the Arctic shelves is the water depth is only about 50 meters, 50 to 70 meters. So methane emitted from the seabed, pretty much all of it gets out and bubbles out into the atmosphere. So that's really damaging. So when a lot of people who think that methane is not going to do anything much point to the plumes that they've detected off Spitsbergen and off Japan and off New Zealand, and they say, well, these haven't done any harm, have they? But that's because they've all been in deep water and the methane plumes have dissolved in the water. But the Arctic shelves are the water depth is just too low for the methane to dissolve.
I'm now accepting